this is on. Like,
You're investigating me.
Well, yes and no.
yes.
Okay, interesting.
January 12th, we took a complaint of a young lady that fell victim to fraud. Okay. Now she was extorted out of money by someone online. Okay.
Okay.
She turned to prostitution to pay for that fraud. To pay for that. Okay.
Okay.
Now, after it was all said and done that night, she came in and filed a report.
Okay.
So we investigated the fraud complaints.
Sure.
And also the prostitution end of it.
Okay.
Okay. The prostitution phone numbers were popped in.
Okay.
One of them came up as yours. Okay. So that's where we're here today.
Okay.
To speak with you about that.
Yeah.
We'd ask that you give a statement. You're not required to. You're
Yeah.
not under arrest. You
Absolutely.
are free to
Yeah.
leave at any time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do.
Interesting. Okay.
So no one's accusing you of fraud or extortion of money.
Yeah.
No.
But the phone number came up as yours.
Okay.
Okay. And then we had some other follow-up.
Okay.
So with that being said, are you still okay talking to us right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So she basically provided a statement as to she was on her friends helped her set up an account online. Skip the Games. You ever familiar with skipthegames.com? No. Okay. Communicated with the person, your phone number.
Okay.
She said she was picked up at a location on the south side of La Crosse, went to a Kwik Trip, the person went in. She described the person, okay, as a male black and wearing a green coat, or green hooded and shorts, okay. She gave the time and the dates that the guy went in and took $200 out of an ATM and paid her to have sex with him, okay. So that's what we came up with. That appears to be you, am I right?
Yep.
Okay. So essentially, that's pretty much where we're at. She said it was a location through the vehicle.
Okay. Is it possible to get the name? So we do. My wife and I have a few friends that have fallen on hard times. We have been loaning money to some people. No sex and no fraud.
All right, the girls. All right.
I literally have no idea who that is.
So essentially, the totality of the investigation, without sitting down with you and going through every single page right now, it appears that you solicited the prostitute guys. Okay. Are you saying you did not at any point in time?
I did not have any sex with her. Absolutely. Right. I don't even know who that is.
Do you remember that night? I know it's several months ago. That was January 12th, approximately. The timestamp's on the bottom, 1:36 a.m.
I don't.
Do you remember why you'd be at the Kwik Trip at that time?
I don't.
Okay.
It's just so long ago. I literally have no idea.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
But that is me.
Okay. All right. Do you remember? Do you have a vehicle like that?
That is. Yeah, that's my wife's vehicle.
Yeah, that's not a very good picture of it. I got a better one.
I think it's my wife's vehicle, and I'm pretty sure she was with me maybe that night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're at really right now.
Okay.
The Skip the Games profile, it was a conversation, a lengthy conversation, and it wasn't a conversation of can I buy money. It was lingo that people use to order up to prostitutes. Okay, so there is a little more, like I said, has anybody else has control of your phone at any given time that might be doing this?
Well, I can only remember. This is me though, but around this time, my brother, not my stepbrother, but my brother-in-law was in town. Like, but no, not really.
Yeah. So, and I
but
will
you
say,
can create a phone number off a specific number, like online. It'll give you a number.
Right.
I use it for Google Phone all the time.
And we thought of that.
Okay.
And that's why we did a step-by-step, had her show us everywhere he went. She met two people that night, okay, at different times. And every place she went, not every place, but she said where she was picked up, there's video of a car pulling in there. She goes, I went to this Kwik Trip, the guy was wearing this, and she described him, and that's what we see. So she was here is my point, okay?
Okay.
She had, it's like I said, the totality. It wasn't like we just took one piece, got a phone number, and said, this is our guy.
Yeah.
And as you can see from the delay of, obviously we're in May.
Yeah.
This wasn't something taken lightly. It
Definitely.
wasn't something not investigated. It was investigated. So So that's where we're at, sir. And like I said, I know it's 4 months ago.
Sure.
And it's hard sometimes to remember 4 months ago. I get that. I'm trying to be really upfront with you. You'll be entitled to see the entire report.
Right.
If you choose, which I'm sure you will.
Sure.
This is pretty much what I just sort of grabbed, because to tell you the truth, I left you a message and you're like, I'll be right down. People normally don't do that, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I was confused to what was going on, so I definitely wanted to figure out.
You can see why I want to be more discreet.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely. No, that makes sense.
So really, that's where we're at. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot else. I mean, this isn't something where I feel I need to sit and bombard you with the same questions over and over. But you're obviously,
I would.
You're a cooperative guy here, so.
Okay. So definitely, did not pay for sex or rob anybody or do
no
any
one's saying you
fraud.
robbed anybody.
Okay.
No one's saying that. No, this is just purely a very narrow part of the report where your phone number comes into play. We go to the places that she said she was at with this person, and we find you. You match the description almost to a T from what she described. So it's like I said, it's more than just the phone number that we pulled out of a hat.
Sure.
We're aware
that makes sense.
That computers, you can change things.
Yeah, and then I guess I don't know. I don't know if I was coming from a bar or if I met someone. It just way too far. In the past to figure this thing out right now, literally.
All right.
So I don't know.
So
do you need some help? Because the complaint was filed because she said someone.
She filed a fraud complaint and then brought up this prostitution part of it. So we look into all of it. Okay.
Interesting.
And then looking at her phone. Okay, so she filed this fraud complaint. Sergeant Fitzgerald started investigating and starts looking at the information. We were able to download her phone.
Got it.
And then she says, I had engaged in prostitution for some different reasons, and then your number's on there with conversation, having text messages back and forth with her, and she tells us a story about meeting someone, and then we start getting these photos, and it matches up with the timeline of what she provides, and then you're with your phone number, texting her back and forth for a sexual act. And that's how we got to here. So this case went to different prosecutors because that's what took so long.
Right.
The Department of Criminal Investigation also looked at it and did some things, and wrote a report, and you'll see that. Tim Gaskell is the Vernon County DA, so Tim Grinke wasn't involved. And they recommended that a municipal ordinance ticket, not a state charge, be issued to you for prostitution.
So that's what brings us today. So
that's what this is about. This isn't a state charge, it's a city ordinance. And so that's how we got here today. So this has been reviewed by prosecutors, and that's how we're here. So I know this is a ton on your plate and confusing and dumping.
Crazy.
That's why we're here.
So I'm going to be charged?
You're not going to be charged. You're going to be given a citation today. And for municipal court, and City of La Crosse Municipal Court, for prostitution.
I put the court date out several weeks. You obviously have time to get the report, review it, obtain counsel.
How do you know, or how do I know if these girls you meet at a bars are prostitutes? How do you I'm a little confused to how that comes back around to me being charged for prostitution.
Okay. Well, we explained how you got charged with prostitution, but I'll answer your questions if I can.
Okay.
It's kind of a general one. How do you know that you meet someone at the bar that...
Or they're a prostitute, or they're going through fraud, or I'm confused about that.
Well, I said, it was the content of the messages, the exchange between this girl and your phone number, that it was clear that prostitution was being discussed. Like I said, it wasn't just a text message, hey, how you doing? Can I have some money, or can I borrow some money? It was very specific language used by people who engage in this.
Phone number that's
no idea who that is.
That was on the school board website for you, that you use for your contact information. It's the same number that's texting this prostitute back and forth, talking about sexual acts and exchanging currency for sex.
I mean, if you can enlighten,
if you could tell us about that and just say this is what this is.
Well, I didn't know that this girl was.
Did you talk to someone and talk about sex on your?
Yeah, I met this girl at a bar, like a super duper. well before January.
Okay.
Okay.
At Dublin Square. I would, like, she would often say that she needed help with stuff, like kids or something like that, which probably was a lie, but like, I didn't know she was like a full-blown prostitute.
Did you help her out?
Did you help? Did you pay for?
Once, maybe.
Did you pay for sex with her?
Babysitting.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, literally babysitting.
Do you know her number?
Because she was a stripper.
The girl that you hired to babysit.
No. I didn't hire anybody to babysit. I gave her money for a babysitter.
Oh.
She was a stripper out in somewhere fucking super far. But like, I didn't know that this was like a full-fledged. Yeah, this is crazy.
Let me ask you this: Do you know how to get a hold of the person you gave money to for babysitting, so I can see if?
Well, I didn't give anybody any money for babysitting. Okay. I gave her the money. She gave it to somebody for babysitting who was also a stripper. Okay. Which is probably where I don't even know who the fuck this is.
Do you have her
Sparta, out in Sparta, there was a Sparta or Black River Falls. There's a strip club out there, and my brother and I went there. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the same person or not. The person I spoke with, I don't know if that's who you're talking about, that you met in Sparta. But if you have any information, I could look into it and see. I
don't even know if I have that information. Like, literally, it's been so long ago. This is like way before.
If you do, I could see if I could determine if that's the one and the same or not.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Okay. You ever been on the website Skip the Games?
No.
Okay.
I had this person's number, like had her number. Whoever did it, because this is only like on this. This is. It could be a stripper or somebody that I met before, but it literally was like never prostitution going to a hotel room or anything like that.
Have you ever paid for sex before with anybody?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right.
So, like I said, it's a rather in-depth investigation. If you find a social media platform for this person you met in Sparta, just Facebook, Snapchat, anything, I could try to find out if this is in fact the person that I took a complaint from.
I don't even know who like that is.
The person from Sparta, would you have been doing something for her on this night?
I don't remember.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Alright. You stay out, I mean, not getting into personal too much, but are you out late a lot where this would not stand out?
Literally, like, always with my friends. We go to the bar. Okay. Like, we meet people. Okay. Like, this is quite regular, especially, like, if this is a weekend or Friday or something like that.
You always go out shorts, though? I mean, some people like to go out shorts, I guess. This is January, so it's been cold out.
I always have shorts on.
I have shorts on right now. One of those guys?
Okay.
Yeah,
literally.
Right.
But yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
there
that's
people
crazy.
Like that, yeah. So, that's where we're at. And I know you're not...
That's crazy.
Probably...
I can't remember any of, like...
I guess I'll just choose not to put words in your mouth trying to say how you feel. So that's where we're at right now, Keonte. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, I'll stay here as long as you want and answer as many questions as I can.
Yeah, so... I guess I don't know what I'm getting charged for or why I'm getting charged for.
You're getting a municipal citation. It's not a criminal offense. It's a municipal ordinance ticket for prostitution prohibited or soliciting a prostitute. Okay, that's based off the district attorney's recommendation. I'm going to give you a case number here. If you'd like to file an open records request, you can get a copy of the entire report. You probably won't be able to walk away with it right now this second, but you can file a request online or fill out a paper request right here and they will email it to you. Now, I wrote that in the back of my card. I can't let you have that, but you can get all these with the report, okay?
I'm so fucking confused
court
right
date?
now.
Put it June 9th.
Okay, so, Mr. Turner, the court date's June 9th, okay? So, get a copy of that report, take a look at it, all right? And
So everybody can pretty much get a copy of this report.
once it gets open, yes.
And
Once the case is closed, then yes. It's public record.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, I would have never thought that this was like literally what you guys were calling me down here for, like, at all.
I know, but listen, Mr. Turner, we want to be discreet as possible about this, because we know it's a sensitive topic. And so that's why you just come here to talk with us and do this as low-key as possible. Okay, so that court date's June 9th. Doesn't mean, okay, listen, you can, get the report, read it, get your head about yourself, and understand what it is.
Right.
And then you can talk to our city attorney's office and decide, whatever. I mean, you are not guilty at any, until you discuss it with them. So, I mean, this is a citation, and that's it. There's no criminal charge here. You're not being charged with anything, okay? But it is a citation in city court here in the Crosse.
So I pretty much show up to this court date and say, I don't know this. I don't know who this person is.
You can plead not guilty or anything before court. I assume you could probably do that without actually physically showing up. Okay.
Okay. If I plead guilty before the court date, I have to come to the court date.
No.
You can work that out with the city attorney's office.
With any municipal citation, you can pay the ticket prior to or on the court date and be done with it.
And it's done. But you should have that discussion with the city attorney's office and say, this is what's going on, I want to do this, and they don't, and then you don't have to come to court.
So where's that phone number? So can I fight this or get a lawyer?
You absolutely can.
Okay. So I think I'm going to do that.
Absolutely.
Because this is crazy.
You absolutely can. That's your right.
I feel like the investigation was fraud and you slipped upon other stuff, and now I'm being brought into a fraud case for prostitution.
When you read the report, it'll be much more clear. I obviously did give a detailed version of
and why can't I get that report today or something? Because I reckon you've been doing it for
you could put an open records request. Okay. I still have to do my report from our conversation today. When that's done, you can get a copy of the report. I'm not trying to keep it from you by any means.
Because I really want that fraud piece. I really want everything to be completely honest, because I'm thoroughly confused.
Yes. And I will say that the main focus, the start of the investigation, was her filing a fraud complaint.
Right.
She told me that, she goes, I tried to pay these guys, and I didn't have the money. She was sending thousands of dollars to people she didn't even know. She goes, a payment was due, I needed money, and a friend of mine set me up on this website, and I engaged in prostitution. And this is what I did. So it was the whole thing. Okay. So we certainly didn't set out to look for this. It just sort of happened. And once again.
Okay. Well, I definitely am gonna. So there's a phone number that I can just say, hey, I'm gonna plead not guilty.
It should be on the back there. Yeah.
On the back.
If you have any questions, you can always call me and I can steer you in the right direction. But
the back of your card or the back of this thing?
On the pink copy.
Like a phone number. Like there's no phone.
Instructions on how to handle this are there. One of which would be to plead not guilty, of course.
And you do that online, or you do?
I don't know how they do it now with COVID. I mean, everything is online now. I think you'd be able to do it online, or I certainly wouldn't think they'd want you walking in if you didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing the clear. If you do not wish to dispute the citation, appearance mandatory. If not, where does it say? If you're pleading guilty or
if
not.
If you wish to dispute the citation, you must either appear in court or enter not guilty plea by mail prior to your court date.
So how does that work?
So you.
Is there a certain form or?
By mail? No, I don't know. You could send something in writing that you're pleading not guilty. They'd probably reply with a court date.
You want me to get you the number for the city attorney's office?
If you will, because that probably would make it a little bit more clear for me.
Let's grab that, and then you can.
A photocopy of citation, which I don't have a photo. This is a citation.
You want me to make you one too?
If you will.
Yeah.
Your correct name, mailing address, and the citation number is on here.
I'm just going to give you Let me make a copy of my copy, so it'd be a better copy.
Appreciate it. And I can't have anything else right now, essentially. Yeah, this is the weirdest shit in the world. Wow. And you guys can't.
I'd have to look at the report for last name.
I don't know if this is a person that, like. So the date is the 9th of December or June. Alright. I might actually just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is $313.
Correct.
It's the weirdest number in the world. Why?
It's just the court costs and what they associate with, how they come to those numbers.
Alright, we're rolling here.
Awesome.
Here's a copy of your ticket with the municipal court phone number. This is an open records request. I'm going to fill it out right now.
Yep, fill it out right now.
I'll give it to her. She's actually pulling the report right now. It comes via email, unless you want a paper copy, but usually they just email them. And she goes, as soon as my report is done today, and she receives it, she'll ship it, the whole thing to you, okay?
Like in the mail or by, you said by email?
Via email.
Now let me see, there's going to be other things like pictures and stuff. I don't know how she sends those,
No.
but I'll find out for you before, just so you know. I would guess it'd be attachments and stuff like that. We never do the open record stuff, so I apologize.
No, that's fine. And then the date of request, what is that?
That's today.
What's today, is it?
5/10.
And is that pretty much it?
You got the right case number. I just want to see what they're. Let me find out if you have to do an extra request for the supporting documents. Because I don't want you just to get the
I want you to get everything.
Yeah.
I want you to see it all.
Done.
We'll make sure here, because we want to make sure it's all accurate. So there's no issues, just get it.
So she said she'll just send it all email.
Okay, got it.
But she goes write all media on there. Just put
in this
reports.
box here?
Yeah, just down here. Put reports, documents, all media. That way, that means the whole thing. So. I will. Actually, why don't you do this? I want you to turn this into her. She's just going to be on this window here. I'll walk out and have her walk to you. That way it completes it formally.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yep.
If you have any questions, obviously I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Sure.
I really do appreciate your cooperation and time today.
Yep.
like I said, I think once you read the complete report, you'll at least see where we're coming from on this.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And if you, for some reason, find a phone number, a name, a Facebook page of this girl you met as part of that, I'd be happy to see if that's one and the same with this person.
I'm pretty sure it's. I don't be going around doing shit like all the time, so I'm pretty sure it's. This.
Yeah, it'd be something I'd be more than willing to do for you. Okay.
Definitely. Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem at all.
I'll meet you on the other side. Let Lexi take that from you then.